So IPsec or IP security provides security for the IP layer. As you all know, IP layer is a connectionless layer. It provides the data transmitted from one end, that is source or host A, to host B, will be seamless, more faster, and all the packets will be in a faster manner transported from source to destination. So therefore, how do we provide the security for the IP layer? We have got security for all other layers, such as the transport layer, application layer. For example, application layer, as I told you, Kerberos, SSH are there for the application. PGP is there for the application layer, and for the transport layer we have got TLS, transport layer security. Then for the physical layer, that is data link layer, we have got the encryption decryption. So what is the security for the IP layer is what provided by IPsec or IP security. So it is a framework which is it is an open standard developed by IETF, that is Internet Engineering Task Force. IETF and IRTF, Internet Research Task Force, are two bodies which gives standardization for the protocols for the TCP/IP components, which is under IAB, Internet Architecture Board. So under IAB, there are two forces. One is Internet Research Task Force and another is Internet Engineering Task Force. So this IP security is a framework developed by IETF. It is an international body for maintenance and operation of all the development, maintenance and operation of all the TCP/IP protocols. TCP/IP is also a open standard protocol. That means globally accepted by all the browsers, by all the type of networks across the globe. So what does it do? IPsec or IP security creates a secure, authenticated, reliable communication over the network. Whenever we use a TCP/IP, which is an open standard, what is the meaning for that? Any operating system, any kind of network can make use of the TCP/IP protocols. It is a stack of protocols. Stack means n number of protocols. You know, stack. What is a stack? So it contains so many protocols for each and every kind of applications that are there in the internet. And IPsec provides security for the IP layer, which will make the packet secure, authenticated, and reliable. These are the important things which is done by the IPsec. Now, what are the services provided by the IP security? It provides four important services. One is the connectionless integrity. Because IP is a connectionless protocol, so therefore there may be a chance of the packets which are not reached at the destination properly. So therefore it provides the integrity. For example, I am a host and I am from my machine, there are 10 packets which are transmitted. So maintaining integrity is it has to reach you. Suppose you are the host B, it has to reach you. What is the number? Number must be 10. Suppose you are getting 8 packets only, so 2 has been lost, therefore integrity loss. So that should not be happening. That is maintained or taken care by the IPsec. That is what connectionless integrity. Then data, second one is the data origin authentication. It assures that the users in the network between the host and host A and host B, or source and destination, are all legitimate and authenticated users. Okay, so that is being ensured by the IPsec. That is the second important service, data origin authentication. The third service is providing confidentiality. So what do you mean by confidentiality? We know there are three important, there are totally 6 services of network security, out of which 3 are more important, that is confidentiality, integrity, and authentication. So confidentiality means when we do encryption and decryption, it means it is a confidential data. So therefore the IPsec also ensures the confidentiality through encryption and decryption. That is the third important service. The fourth service is access control, preventing the unauthorized users of a network. So okay, whoever is authorized only can access the data that is transmitted in the internet. So it will not permit the unauthorized users data which is transmitted in the internet. So these are the 4 important security services provided by IPsec. That is number 1, connectionless integrity. Number 2, data origin authentication. Number 4, access control. So how do we provide that? So there are 2 modes of operation of IPsec. One is the transport mode and another is the tunnel mode. So what is the transport mode? Is to protect the upper layers, what it is received from the previous thing. What is the upper layer of the IP? That is transport layer. And before that, before the transport layer, we have got application layer. So in order to provide or protect the upper layer protocols, then this mode of operation is transport mode. Okay, what does it do? So if you take the datagram in the TCP layer, we call the data unit as the datagram. So the datagram consists of data, TCP header, and when it comes to the IP, we add IP header. Okay. So in transport mode, what happens is it is protecting by adding one more header. That one more header is only for security. That header is called as the IPsec header. So when the packet leaves the IP layer, what happens is it has got 3 important headers. One is already we have any packet will have TCP header, IP header. Along with that, we have got IPsec or IP security header also. So therefore, it protects each and every packet that is transmitted from host A to host B. So this is what the transport mode of operation of IP security. The other one is the tunnel mode. Tunnel mode will protect the entire IP payload. Entire IP payload means entire IP packet. So in the previous mode, it will not protect the IP header. IP header is existing, but it will protect only the TCP header and the new header, IP header and data. But in the tunnel mode, the entire payload, entire packet, payload means the packet full length will be protected. How do you do that? Introducing the IPsec header, then original IP header and that normally TCP header and data, then new IP header will be not be protected. That means it is a extra component in the data in the IP packet. So original IP header and TCP header will be protected. So entire IP packet will be protected, means then that is the tunnel mode. So therefore, there are 2 modes of operation of IPsec. One is the transport mode, the other is the tunnel mode. So how do we work? How does it work? If we look at the diagram, so this is the tunnel mode will function in host to network and network to network. So there can be many networks in between host A and host B. So in that case, they go for the tunnel mode. It ensures the security between network to network. So there is a host means when the data leaves the host A and host B is the destination. So entire packet or entire payload will be protected. All the IP packets will be protected. That is what done by the host to host and network to network security using the mode of operation tunnel mode. Okay, so when it reaches the host B, it strips the IP header, IPsec header, and TCP header, and finally the application layer will receive the original message. And the transport mode, it provides only host to host between host to host. But what is the host to each layer to end to end? We call it as end to end security. So that is the difference between the transport mode of operation and the tunnel mode of operation. So transport mode is host to host, that is end to end, whereas tunnel mode is network to network or host to network. On host A means to another network. Okay, that is what the modes of operation of IP security. Now coming to the protocols that are engaged in the IPsec, we have got 2 important protocols. One is for encryption decryption and another is for authentication. Okay, integrity will naturally come when you do this, when you make use of these protocols. The one protocol which is called as the authentication header protocol, And another is the ESP, encapsulating security payload, that is encryption of the IP packet. So every mode will be undergoing these kind of two protocols, and using these protocols, the packets that are transmitted in the network will be more secure. The packets I mean by the IP packets. Okay, so coming to the authentication header protocol, what it does. So it provides three important things. One is connectionless integrity, data origin authentication, and protection from replay attack. What is the meaning for replay attack? A packet will be received by the host B, that is sent destination, only once. I am sending 5 packets, only 5 packets, exact 5 packets will be received, should be received. Suppose they are getting, host B is getting 7 packets, means there may be a repetition of 2 packets. Therefore, it makes 7. So that may be a replay attack. 2 will be a packet that is prone for attacking the host B machine. So that will not happen. So it provides only 3 things. That is connectionless integrity. I told you what is the meaning for integrity: data integrity, packet integrity, and the second one is data origin authentication. Who is sending, who is receiving? Only these two persons will receive the packets. Nobody else should receive the packets. Then protection from replay attacks. Three important facilities are provided by the authentication header protocol. So it is up to the organization or for the network to choose whether they want only authentication header or they want both ESP, that is ESP and AH. So if you want more protection for encrypting, decrypting, etc., we can go for ESP plus AH. Otherwise, you want only AH, means we can do that also. That means it will not provide confidentiality. If I am using only AH protocol, it will not give you the encryption details. That is, confidentiality will not be achieved. If you want to achieve confidentiality, then go for ESP, that is encapsulating security payload. It provides confidentiality, that is, we can encrypt and decrypt the IP packets, and all the other things are same. That is connectionless integrity, data origin authentication, protection from replay attacks. Okay, so these 4 important services are provided by the ESP protocol, and 3 services are provided by the authentication header protocol. These are all attached in the IPsec header. In the previous case, we have seen the IPsec header. You see in this diagram, the transport mode and the tunnel mode will add the header to the data, that is IPsec header to the data. In that, what are the informations which are hidden? We hide the authentication header, or the ESP details will be there in the IPsec. So in order to provide more security only, we go for these 2 kinds of protocols, authentication header and ESP. So either you can use both or only any one, ESP or AH, or ESP and AH, that can be used in combination. Okay, so whenever the packets are being processed, it will see whether this packet is undergoing this integrity and undergoing this AH. AH means what it will do? It will add the AH header, authentication header. Otherwise, ESP means it will add the ESP header. If you are adding, means the packet as what type of encryption is done, what is the algorithm, what is the size of the byte, data byte, then what is the source, what is the destination, everything will be available or present in that ESP header. Otherwise, if it is a AH header, means it will accept the encryption algorithms or encryption decryption details. Other things will be present in the AH header. So if a packet contains AH header, that means it is a secure packet with connectionless integrity. That means with integrity, with authentication and prevention of replay attack. If it contains ESP header, means the packet has been encrypted and integrity is achieved. Then authentication is also done. Authentication, everybody knows the identity. Okay, only the sender and receiver should know, nobody else should know. Then prevention from the replay attack. Otherwise, if you want more security, we can have what? Both authentication header and ESP header, so that the messages will be, the packets that are transmitted will be much more secure than the other packets which are not secure. Okay,